Today we are going to answer one of the most confusing questions in app development. Should we build apps using Flutter or should we build them natively, like Kotlin for Android and Swift for iOS? People usually compare speed, performance and UI, but the truth is deeper. So let's break this down in a simple, real-life way. Imagine you own a restaurant. Native development is like hiring two separate chefs, one specialized in Indian food and one specialized in Chinese food. They cook amazingly well, but they work completely separate. If there is a new dish on your menu, you need to teach both chefs how to make it. Flutter, on the other hand, is like hiring a super talented chef who can cook all cuisines using the same recipe. You write the recipe once, and that chef can prepare it for Indian customers, Chinese customers, and even Italians. That's Flutter. Write once, run everywhere. Now let's go a bit deeper. Native development means writing Android apps using Kotlin or Java and iOS apps using Swift or Objective-C. These platforms give you full control. You talk directly to the OS system like, "Hey Android, draw me a button," or "Hey iOS, animate this card." So you get the most accurate UI and full access to the device feature. But Flutter works differently. Instead of asking Android or iOS to draw the UI, Flutter says, "Don't worry, I'll draw it myself." And it uses a super fast painter called Skia to draw your UI pixel by pixel. That means Flutter doesn't depend on the native system for UI, it simply paints everything on the screen by itself. And this creates very interesting difference. On native, buttons are real native buttons. On Flutter, buttons are paintings of button. But don't misunderstood, the painting is fast. It's very fast, faster than many native elements. Because Flutter controls the entire canvas directly without waiting for the OS. No bridges, no communication layer, just pure painting on the screen using GPU. So now let's compare performance in a simple example. Imagine you are watching a live cricket scoreboard that updates every second. In native apps, updates are handled by the platform's UI system. It's like sending a message to the stadium staff every second, change the score, change the score. It's fast, but it still has to pass through multiple responsible people. Flutter, however, doesn't send messages to anyone. Flutter itself walks to the scoreboard and flips the score instantly. No middleman. That's why animations and UI rebuilds in Flutter feel buttery smooth. But here is where native wins. Low-level tasks, things like Bluetooth drivers, camera plugins, banking security modules, audio processing, AR, VR. If you are building something that depends deeply on the hardware, native has an advantage because you talk directly to the system. In Flutter, you can still access these APIs, but you need platform channels, sort of like asking someone inside the stadium to update the score for you. They will do it, but now a third person is involved. So here is the simplest truth. If your app is UI heavy, animation heavy, multi-platform and wants to launch fast, Flutter is the champion. If your app is deeply hardware dependent, needs platform specific customization, and you have a very large team, native becomes a great choice. Now let's talk money and team size. If you want one app for Android and one app for iOS, native development means two separate teams, two separate code bases, two separate bugs, two separate deadlines, twice the time, twice the pain, twice the salary cost. Flutter means you build and maintain only one code base. One bug fixed means fixed for both Android and iOS. This makes Flutter a lifesaver for startups, small teams, solo developers, and companies who want to launch fast. But big companies like banking platforms, camera apps, OS level tools, or apps requiring deep performance sometimes prefer native because they need full control over sensors, OS features, and custom system behaviors. Now what about UI flexibility? Flutter wins here because you can make pixel-perfect design exactly like Figma. Native app follow platform rules, which is great but sometimes limiting. Flutter lets you break rules and create whatever UI you imagine. So does that mean native is bad? Absolutely not. Native apps are like handmade masterpieces, precise, controlled, deeply optimized for that phone. Flutter is like universal artist, super flexible, super fast, and perfect for mass audiences. Here is the final takeaway in one sentence. If you are building a modern cross-platform product where design, speed, and scalability matters more than platform-specific power, Flutter is unbeatable. If you are building a platform-specific solution that needs deep OS-level performance, native is the right choice. Neither one replaces the other. They are tools like a car and a bike, both amazing, both going somewhere, but used for different journeys. In this course, we are going to become that universal chef, the Flutter expert who builds app for everyone with one code base. But we will learn things deeply. So you will understand how to compare, how to decide, and how to build like a real industry engineer. If you found this explanation clear, drop a like, share your thoughts in comments, and subscribe for more deep development wisdom.